Hey Aquarius, welcome to your January 8th to the 14th weekly reading with me, Jennifer. Thank you for joining me today. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. And if you didn't check out your monthly reading, I did upload monthly readings at the end of December as well. So let's get on with the reading. We are using the Colette Baron Reed, The Good Tarot. I pulled one clarifying card from the Medicine Woman Tarot deck, and at the end of the reading, we're going to pull one additional oracle card for additional insight or guidance for the week, okay? So at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Earth. And this is sort of the overall energy of what's going on with this reading here. And the King of Earth represents to me perhaps a reliable leader. This could be someone in your life. It could be an earth sign person, or perhaps a boss or a father figure, someone that you look up to. It doesn't have to be a man. It can also be a woman, someone who perhaps is a business owner, someone who is you would see as materially well off, easily manifests material abundance. And this person could be perhaps helping you in some way this week, or you could be, if this is you, this could be, like I said, you know what your situation is. This could be an aspect of yourself. It could even be you trying to start your own business. It could even be something to do with you being perhaps a leader at your job. And at the crowning of your reading, we have the Six of Earth. This card generally talks about shared resources, give and take, what you give out, you know, you should expect to receive, even though we know that doesn't always work that way. It could also talk about perhaps someone being generous with you, or you being generous with someone else. And next we have the Strength card. And I'm going to actually show you this with the Nine of Air underneath it. So perhaps there's some situation, Aquarius, that you have been dealing with, you are dealing with currently, or you have been dealing with in your recent past, or perhaps it's probably something that's been going on a while, because with the major arcana there, usually tends to be like a longer lasting scenario. And what the Strength card and the Nine of Air are saying is that there was either some situation that is testing your strength. Perhaps you have been feeling victimized. Perhaps you have been doubting yourself. Maybe times have been tough. Maybe you've been going through a tough time with your finances. And you have really had to endure, because this card also, the other name for this card in this deck is endurance. So perhaps you've been enduring some situation that has really been keeping you up at night, keeping you worried, making you question lots of things going on in your life. And this could be your own thoughts. It could also be the influence of other people and how either you're thinking about a situation, or perhaps there's there's really a situation that you are concerned about and worried about. Now next we have the Seven of Water with the Tower. So the Seven of Water is often called a card of illusion, but it's also a card of dreaming and of fantasizing and using your imagination, right? Because in order for us to create something that we want to bring into our lives, we have to sort of imagine it first. And why it would be a Cup card is because your emotions have to be tied in with what it is you're trying to manifest. It has to be something that you really want on a deeper level, not just material wealth. Because when you're just going for material wealth and you're not, you know, trying to put your heart into something, that can sometimes cause us to run into difficulty. Now, this card with the Tower could be saying that perhaps whatever it is that you've been dreaming up or fantasizing about, there's going to be some kind of a reality check. Now, the Tower doesn't have to be something bad. It could be a positive change, and generally any changes that come into our life, even though they may really suck during the time that we're going through the change, ultimately, if you respond, or the way in which you think about it is to try to grow from it, it can end up being for your highest good. So with the Seven of Cups and the Tower, it's kind of like perhaps your illusions are about to be destroyed. Okay? Whatever it is, whatever wasn't really being built upon a sturdy foundation is going to come crashing down. Especially with the Six of Earth crowning these two cards, it's like whatever you've been involved with shared resources, or perhaps, you know, because in the traditional tarot, this card is a figure who is has a pair of scales and is giving to two other figures, or really to one other person. Depends what card, what deck you're looking at. So there's somebody who's divvying out things in that deck, and it could be you, the person who's giving things out, who is in charge of the distribution, or perhaps you are on the receiving end of that distribution. Either way, there's going to be some kind of a reality check, and this could be saying that, you know, if you've been feeling a certain way about something, concerned or worried about something, you could be bringing this on, but also it could be your intuition, or just your, you know, perhaps depending on what the common sense, telling you that you know that something isn't right, and that the illusions are gonna pretty much come crashing down. But that's a really good thing, because in this reading we do have the Four of Fire, which is a card of celebration, of friendships, of a strong foundation, perhaps of family, friends. It's people coming together, celebrating something. And we have that card popping up with the Justice card. So what this says is that there's, whatever this situation is, it is going to be dealt with in a just way. There is going to be a balance coming out of this situation. Let me see. What else I'm seeing here? I mean, of course, it could also be that perhaps you have some illusions about who your real friends are. And sometimes that, or the people that you think you have a solid foundation with, you know, being that you have the Strength, the Nine of Air, the Tower, the Seven of Cups, and then this Four of Fire. And these cards, I don't do these cards in reverse. I just rely on what the other cards say around it. It could be, and again, this is a general reading, so the cards could be saying that, you know, perhaps the people who you imagined, right, to be there for you at a time when you need them may not be. You know, perhaps whatever it is that you were relying on, it may not be there. And this could be pushing you, because often when the Tower shows up, it's either a breakdown of something in your ego, perhaps illusions, or you perhaps, it could be a breakdown in your own self, right? Depending on where you're at in a conscious way. How much you've grown spiritually, things like that. It could be a breakdown within your own ego. This could also be a breakdown of something going on in your realm, in your sphere. For some of you, you might be going through some kind of a divorce. Because with the Six of Earth here and the Justice card, and this foundation, like, because it's sort of like, this is a card of fours represent foundations, sixes represent relationships. And there's a breakdown here. So there could be a divorce, perhaps. Perhaps it's you who wants a divorce. Or perhaps you want out of a job. Perhaps this is someone, perhaps this is a husband or a wife. It doesn't have to be a man. It's just an energy. Though underneath there, we do have the Ace of Water. So, which is nice to see that under there, the Ace of Cups. Maybe this is you. Maybe this is someone who isn't in your life. Maybe you're going to meet someone after these illusions get cleared up out of your way here. And this justice is created. Now again, these energies does not mean that all of this is going to happen in 1 week for you. It's also a general reading. And it can sometimes bring you a warning or a heads up. But what's really nice is that you do have the Ten of Bowls as your clarifying card. And what this card means in the Medicine Woman Tarot deck, this is the Ten of Cups. And it also means your heart is home. So it's like a coming home. Okay, so we can also look at this like whatever this is that's being shaken up, and these illusions that are going to come crashing down. Perhaps you're going to find out who your real friends are. And there is going to be real reason to celebrate for you. Or if you're alone, perhaps it's so that you can realize that your heart is where your home is. You know, it's, what's the saying? Like, you're stuck with you for the rest of your life. So it's important to be happy with yourself. But this card does indicate somebody being with other people, which is nice. So perhaps this is you and your family celebrating some kind of justice that's taking place. Or perhaps it's you alone. Again, it's a general reading. But it does look like you've been through you've been through a lot in the past, or the recent past, or you might be going through a lot, and it has tested you and has taken a lot of strength for you to get through it. And once this final illusion is swept away and the dust settles from this Tower card, there is going to be justice done. There will be a balancing out. And I also see, like, you know, overall, because this card is crowning the reading and you have the justice there, overall it is going to balance out. And it does look like it's going to balance out in your favor. And of course that depends on you, Aquarius. I mean, there's plenty of Aquarians out there who, you know, there's plenty of people everywhere that it depends on you. But with the Ten of Bowls here, it's a really good sign that it's going to work out just fine. Okay? So let me just pull one more card. We're going to pull one Wisdom of the Trees Oracle card, just to see what other guidance we can give you for the week. Please give us one more card. One card for Aquarius to offer them some additional guidance for the second week of January 2018. Aquarius. Card for Aquarius. Aquarius. So we have Sweet Orange. And this card is Zest. So let's see. So that's like sort of like the zest for life. Perhaps a renewed sense of renewed sense of sweetness to your life. So let's see what this says. I am here to add zest and sweetness to your life. The fragrance of my flowers will lift your spirits and remind you of the beauty of life, and my luscious fruit will feed you, helping you to live each day to the full. The orange is a beautiful but tender plant, and in temperate climates was grown in the glass houses, known as orangeries, as a display of the owner's wealth. A story from Spain tells of Mary, Joseph, and the baby Jesus finding an orange tree that was guarded by an eagle. Mary asked the tree for an orange, the eagle promptly fell asleep, and the Holy Family received 3 oranges. Oranges are high in vitamins and minerals, but are treated with caution in traditional medicine because they are thought to increase hyperactivity in children and aggravate skin conditions. Your enthusiasm and energy are infectious. They inspire others to follow your shining example, and they also fuel your own desire to reach new heights and discover exactly what you are capable of achieving. So, maybe your goals are changing. Maybe what your priorities are changing as well. From concerning yourself with, you know, finding out like what really matters in life, what really is important is love and friendship and feeling at home and being able to celebrate. So, Aquarius, I hope that this reading brings some insight, hope, or healing into your life. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thank you and have a great week. Bye-bye.